प्येण पत्न्युपगतः प्रिययेह गात्रैस् तन्वन् दृशां सखि सुनिर्वृतिमच्युतो वः कान्ताङ्गसङ्गकुचकुङ्कुमरञ्जितायाः कुन्दस्रजः कुलपतेरिहवाति गन्धः. Translation: O friend, wife of the deer, has Lord Achyuta been here with his beloved, bringing great joy to your eyes? Indeed, blowing this way is the fragrance of his garland of kunda flowers, which was smeared with the kunkuma from the breast of his girlfriend when he embraced her. So then after that, gopis were searching Krishna where he is, and they were asking, being mad with the separation from the Lord, they were asking about Krishna's address, various trees, various flower trees, bushes, and so and so. And recently, we are seeing they were asking, finally, in the yesterday's discussion, Mother Earth. They are not asking directly the address of the Krishna, but they were asking the what kind of austerity did you do for getting such an opportunity of all the time you are touched by lotus feet of the Lord. Maybe father, mother, friend, lover, everyone can get separation from Krishna, but you will never get any separation. So please tell us austerity behind this. So when Mother Earth was not saying anything, then, so can you reduce this fan and that fan? So then, then finally they were contemplating themselves various reasons. Maybe Mother Earth, you did that means you were in the previous kalpas or manvantaras, when Bhagavan appeared in the form of Vamanadev, he was putting his feet on you when he became Trivikram. Is this the reason? Because of that, you are able to get now Krishna's such a association. Is that the reason? Or otherwise, before to that, in another kalpa, you were embraced by Lord Varahadev when he was thrown into Rasatala water. At that time, Lord appeared in the form of the boar and he embraced you. Is that is the reason? What? Like this, gopis were asking several reasons. They are putting this kind of reasons towards the Mother Earth to find her secret actually behind her association with the Lord. But she didn't reply anything. Even after asking these, they themselves said these reasons, but Mother Earth didn't say anything. Because now gopis are fully became mad because they are asking such a objects which will never give any reply. They are not knowing now. Mother Earth will not reply, and they are asking for still, and they are thinking like this. Maybe because Lord is putting his friends, his lotus feet on this, where on his lotus feet, various signs are there, like the flag, like Vajra, Ankusha, and so Kamala. So, like lotus symbol, flag symbol, and various other symbols like this, Shanka, conchal. So, various symbols are there on the lotus feet of the Lord, and she is always decorated by those symbols of the lotus feet of the Lord, because he always walking on her and giving those. And so Lord is always with her. Because of this, maybe she got so much pride, and that's the reason she is not now replying like these gopis are thinking. Yeah, she's so much, she's having pride. That's why she is not answering us. Anyway, so they left this earth and they started seeing some deer there. And that female deer, that female deer is also like gopis. Their gopis are seeing that, oh, you are also like us. Because this deer, what it does when Krishna enters into the forest, all the deers also come to near to him and they keep on watching his beauty, and they are completely mesmerized by his beauty, and they try to fill more and more his eyes with his beauty. And like this, these female deers are also like gopis. So that's why gopis are saying, you are also like us. You left your husband and you are also roaming here in this forest. And that's why you please tell me. So they are asking, you please tell me, where is the Krishna? At least you help us. He might have come here in this place and you might be watching him. You might be trying to fill your eyes with his beauty. So when they ask like this, then what the deer did? The deer keep on walking, and it is walking in front of these gopis. Gopis are behind to the deer and deer is walking. And the deer is, time to time, it is seeing back and walking, seeing back and walking. By this, gopis were thinking that this deer is really good and this is really wants to guide us and it is taking us to Krishna. And like this, they are thinking. Till now, many people came across to our path, but nobody is like her. Definitely, she is going to help us. Like this, all gopis were so happy, and they are started following the deer. And by thinking like this, then what happened after that? And they are also thinking, this is only the one creature, is only the one person who is having the mercy on us. And even those trees, those bushes, and those other different creepers, they are not at all having any mercy on us. Only this deer is like this. She is going to help us. Like this, they are happy with following her. And after reaching to some place, the deer disappeared. The deer disappeared all of a sudden. Then they were searching. What happened to this deer? Till now it guided us. All of a sudden where it went. So the deer which is going to show Krishna, that where is that deer now? Like this. They were discussing themselves. And they are thinking like this among them. Definitely Krishna may be in this place only. So this brought us to here. Then after that it disappeared means maybe this deer also thinking that if it shows directly so Krishna, and if it takes us to directly Krishna, then maybe Krishna may so scold her. Out of fear of the Krishna, maybe this deer brought here and it disappeared. Out of fear only, it is not showing exactly the location. Then we can understand that maybe Krishna is in this location only. Like that, they keep on searching there. By that time, one gopi got some smell. That smell is so the mixed smell actually. Krishna's mala, kunda flowers mala he is wearing. Those kunda flowers smell is aroma is mixed with the so Radharani's kunkuma applied on her breast, and that kunkuma. This mixed smell is started coming. Then they understood. Oh, definitely these two couple is here only. We have to search because that air is carrying that smell. When both embrace each other, so that smell is mixing. Flowers and the kunkuma are mixing to each other, and that kind of aroma is carried by the wind, and that wind is touching the noses of the gopis and contemplating that definitely here Krishna and her beloved, his beloved will be here. And we need to now focus. Now we need to search here only. Like that, they were thinking. Purport Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti provides the following charming commentary on this verse. The gopis spoke to a doe. Oh friend, wife of the deer. Okay, actually doe, actually female. I said deer. There's a male is deer and female is doe. Doe you take, huh? From the bliss in your clear eyes, we can tell that Sri Krishna has expanded your joy with the beauty of his limbs, his face, and so forth. You are eager to realize the ecstasy of seeing Krishna, and thus your eyes are following him. In fact, he is never lost to you. Then the gopis, seeing the doe continue to walk in her natural way, exclaimed, "Oh, are you telling us that you have seen Krishna? Look, as this deer walks, she constantly turns her head back to us, as if to say, I will show him to you. Just follow me, and I will show you Krishna." In this merciless Vrindavan, she is the only merciful person. As the gopis follow the doe, they happen to lose sight of her, and they cry out, "Oh, why can't we see the deer who is showing us the way of Krishna?" One gopi suggests that Krishna must be somewhere in the vicinity, and that the deer, being afraid of him, must have hidden herself to avoid the possible mistake of revealing his presence. Conjecturing in this way, the gopis detect a fragrance that has by chance blown their way, and they repeatedly declare with great joy, "Yes, yes, this is it." By Krishna's physical contact with his girlfriend, his jasmine garland was smeared with the kunkuma powder on her breast, and the fragrance of all these things are reaching us. Thus, the gopis smelled the aroma of the two lovers' bodies, of Krishna's jasmine garland, and of the cosmetic powder on the breast of his lover. Next. बाहुं प्रियां स उपधाय गृहीत पद्मो रामानुजस्तुलसिकालिकुलैर्मदान्दैः अन्वीयमान इह वस्तरवः प्रमाणम् किं वा विनन्दति चरन् प्रणयावलोकैः. Translation. O trees, we see that you are bowing down. When the younger brother of Rama walked by here, followed by intoxicated bees swarming around the Tulasi Manjaris decorating his garland, did he acknowledge your obeisances with his affectionate glances? He must have been resting his arm on the shoulders of her beloved and carrying a lotus flower in his free hand. Now, after leaving the deer, they started questioning or thinking or seeing these various latas. Bahum priyam sa upadaya gruhita padmo ramanus अन्वीयमान इह वस्तरवः प्रमाणं किं वा विनन्ति चरन् प्रणयावलोकैः. Taravaha, they are asking about they are asking trees what they are saying here. They are saying here, they are trying to find few more signs for confirmation of existence of Krishna there. And they are seeing the trees, and those all trees are yielded with full of fruits, big fruits and many fruits. Because of this, all their stems are just bending and touching the earth. And by seeing this kind of fruit trees, trees fully filled with the flowers and the fruits, they are thinking that, oh my God, these trees also started paying obeisances to the Krishna. And they are asking those trees. So these trees, why they are bending now? Maybe Krishna came in this path, and to touch his lotus feet, they are bending like this. Definitely Krishna might have come here. And there, otherwise maybe they are obeisances. They are trying to paying obeisances to Krishna. Means definitely Krishna might have come. Otherwise, why these are all paying obeisances, falling on the ground? This can be the Krishna might be here only. So like this, they are thinking. And here it is said that And they are also asking, you people paid obeisances to him, and he might be along with his consort, along with his beloved. So at that time, did he offer back the obeisances to you all? Not. So you are all very pious people. So we don't know whether he paid obeisances to you or not. And did he get any time to see you or not? Because he is accompanied with his beloved. Might be he is always glancing only his beloved. I think he didn't see all of you also, but you all tried to pay obeisances to him. And they are saying, that means with the jealous, actually gopis are saying now, because they are remembering the Radharani also now, and immediately they got some kind of jealous in their heart. So, and here in this sloka, they are thinking here Krishna as the brother of the Balaram. What is the reason? Because Balaram, we all know, so he always takes some intoxication. That's why this is a famous actually. Balaram takes some intoxications. That's why this Krishna also may be intoxicated with the love of Srimati Radharani, and with that pride, with that intoxication, he might not put a glances on you like that gopis are telling to trees, fruit trees. And he might have put his, and also they are thinking the position of Krishna and Radharani. He might have put his left hand on her shoulder. And also these honey bees, because he is having a garland, and it is always filled with this garland is because so many flowers and tulsi are mixed. That's why honey bees always go behind that, actually that garland, they surround it to the garland. But now, but the smell whatever comes from the Radharani's face, so that will be even more intoxicating for the bees. And now they will stop roam around the garland of the Krishna, but they will now start trying to circle around the face of Srimati Radharani. And then what he is going to do then, Krishna? Krishna might be holding on his right hand, there is a one lotus flower, blue lotus flower, and he might be using this blue lotus flower. So he is watching her face and he's seeing these honeybees are coming on her face. Then he will be taking this blue lotus flower to throw away those bees, ran away those bees. So like this, Krishna is so busy in serving her beloved, in his beloved. So in this busy schedule, he might not have observed all of you. So maybe like this. So then some gopis are thinking, maybe if we follow these honeybees, we can find them. That can be a solution. They are thinking like detectives. Maybe we should do like that. We should follow honeybees. And also they are thinking, Krishna is now fully intoxicated with love of Radharani. And these mad people, where they went, it is difficult to find, because mad person anytime anywhere he can go. And this couple is completely now might be in the full of intoxication of each other, and it's difficult to find any systematic route. They might be walking anywhere and anytime. It's not so easy to find them. Like that, gopis are contemplating and seeing that. Next. Pruchyate malata bahun apyaslishta vanaspate nunam tatkarajasprushta bibratyutfullakanyaho. Translation. Let us ask these creepers about Krishna. Even though they are embracing the arms of their husband, this tree, they certainly must have been touched by Krishna's fingernails, since out of joy they are manifesting eruptions on their skin. There are trees are there. So some creepers, latas, that's creeper. They are so taking the support of the branches of the tree. That's why tree is the husband of creeper. And some creepers are, that means some branches, some twigs, or otherwise not twigs, some branches of that creeper are also falling on the ground. And they are seeing this kind of creepers there. After seeing these creepers, how they are thinking? So by seeing these creepers, they are finding the one more sign for finding the Krishna. And they are pruchyata. So shall we ask these creepers? Because the reason is, He Sakyaha. So gopis are telling to other gopis, oh my dear friends, we will ask these creepers, because these creepers are wearing the signs of the Krishna. Signs by the sign. By the association of, by the touch of the Krishna, these creepers got some signs. Definitely we should ask these creepers where they are. These creepers, they have no excitement by their husband's association. That means husband is, who is husband? Tree. That kind of signs what we are seeing now on the creepers, those definitely not due to their husbands. Even creepers, these are lying on the, or otherwise these creepers take the support of the tree, or are the branches of that husband tree. So they will not get the association of the Krishna. So that's why these creepers are not going on the, and going or crying or climbing or taking the support of the branches of her husband tree. That means some branches of the creeper are falling on the earth, ground actually. By seeing that, they are thinking like this, because they will not get the such a ecstasy by just associating with their husband, but they want to get the real excitement. They will get real excitement by associating with the Krishna. So that's why they are, instead of climbing on the tree, they just falling on the ground. So definitely we are seeing some ecstasy in these creepers. That means Lord's nails might have touched these creepers. That's why these creepers are showing so much ecstasy. This kind of ecstasy is not possible for these creepers just by associating their husband. They are jubilant. They are full of an ecstasy. And also they started seeing the nail marks, touch of the Krishna's nail. That means Krishna definitely here only. And because they didn't see, gopis didn't see this kind of ecstasy in the creepers before, they are first time seeing this kind of ecstasy in these creepers. It is confirming that nearby surrounding only Krishna is there. This creeper cannot lie. They should not say that Krishna didn't come, because we are seeing clearly sign made by the Krishna on them. They cannot say that Krishna, they didn't see Krishna. Like this, they are thinking. Ityunmattavacho gopyaha Krishnan veshana kataraha Leela bhagavatastasta Hyanu chakrustadhatmikaha. Translation: having spoken these words, the gopis, distraught from searching for Krishna, began to act out his various pastimes, fully absorbed in thoughts of him. Gopis were thinking like this about the Krishna's presence, and by this thinking, iti unmatta vachaha. If any man with proper sense, if he hears these words of gopis, how they look, these are all just words of a mad person. Unmatta vachaha gopyaha. These words of the gopis are like a mad person's sentences, because they are now fully in the madness because of this separation from Krishna. Krishnanveshana kataraha. They are searching, and they so much distance they walk, and they are fully the pain. So can you switch off this fan? They are already tired. They don't have any capacity now to go further. Kataraha. Because of this pain, actually, they are no more having ability to search him. They don't have any no more ability, because their heart is fully filled with this so much pain and not able to find him. Krishna Krishnanvesh Kataraha. Then what happened now? Then they got the oneness with the Krishna once again because of this increased separation, and they fully absorbed in the thought of Krishna. That means they already, so we heard, because of this pain, they also acted like Krishna and saying themselves as I am Krishna, like that previously. We have seen before starting of this, at the beginning of this Leela, this chapter. Because of this fully absorption, it's not the Ahangraha Upasana, but this is absorption. And then being, that means absorbed in the Krishna's thought, they are started acting like Krishna. Like one become mad, you might be seeing it. Because of some separation or some shock, so people will become mad. And whoever is the cause for that, they will start imitating like that. This will happen even in the material world also. So same thing now happened. And they behaving like Krishna. And but when they started like acting like Krishna, then they are getting the some kind of association with the Krishna, and they are getting the relief for that moment. For a few moments. So when they are acting like Krishna and other gopis also acting like Krishna, by seeing that, so now they are getting the little happiness in between. But otherwise, because of the separation, they are feeling such a pain. So they imitated so many kinds of the leelas. In these leelas, like Putana Leela, Shakatashur, Trinavart, Ringan Leela, Damodar Leela, various leelas, Govardhan Leela, various leelas they started performing. In this leela, one important point, then who is going to act as Putana? Because everyone is fully absorbed in the thought of Krishna and everyone is imitating like Krishna. Then who will become here? Putana. No gopi in the thought of Putana and become absorbed in the Putana and want to become Putana. Then how? Then what happened? Then Yogamaya came into the picture. Then she herself became Gopi. And then she started becoming, acting as, she took the role of Putana. This will happen in the spiritual world. Yogamaya will make some arrangements so that Leela will be, is natural actually. Because if one act against the his devotional bhava, that means bhava means rati. Rati means sthayi bhava. That means we have anardhani vritti, nishta, ruchi, asakti, bhav. Bhav means Sthayi Bhav. That is also known as Sthayi Bhav or Rati. Everyone should take in drama, if they play, according to their Sthayi Bhava only they should take. Whatever the character is suitable for that. Like Prahlad Maharaj's story is there. And one should take according to his Sthayi Bhav. If he play another role, then his Sthayi Bhav will be disturbed actually. Then who will take the Hiranyakashipu's role? This will be the question. Then Hiranyakashipu's role should be given to the neophytes. And devotees should not, if he is developing the devotional bhakti like Prahlad Maharaj is the role model, then he has to act like Prahlad Maharaj. He has to take the role of that. And that's why gopis, they are taking the role of Krishna only, because they are fully absorbed in the Krishna. And they cannot take the role of Putana or otherwise Trunavart or Shakatashar. Then all these, Yogamaya himself is becoming that. That gopi is becoming Shakatashar. So imitating the opposite, that means pratikula characters, disliking characters, is very dangerous. One should not do that. According to your bhava, only you should accept. So anukula anukaranam gopyaha. That means all the favorable roles gopis took, and unfavorable roles are taken by the Yogamaya. Those gopis, that means Yogamaya herself became gopi, and she started joining into that group and doing. And like this, gopis started imitating so many things, so many leelas of the Krishna. Then they are all saying that gopis, hey Sukadev Goswami, don't describe our activities now in the public meeting. They are all saying to him. Then Sukadev Goswami, what he should do? He should stop his story here, all of a sudden. Then Sukadev Goswami did such a way, it is equal to telling and also equal to not telling. That means he is describing the various activities of the gopis, because these gopis did this so madly, they became mad and they started imitating like Krishna, and gopis are saying to Sukadev Goswami, don't tell, don't tell, don't tell, don't tell. Like even also we can see sometimes something you did because of some ecstasy, and after that you will not allow others to describe that in another public meeting. Oh, he did like this, he did like that. The same way gopis are not allowing. They are stopping him. So then what Sukadev Goswami did, he described the activities, but he didn't mention the names of the gopis. Then so that what happened, gopi is now safe. This gopi did this gopi did this, he didn't say. Without telling their names, he is just describing the activities, so that nobody have any problem. Some gopis did, not me. So that's why in the coming leelas, in the coming slokas, we'll be seeing the way gopis did the imitation of Krishna, but we don't see the names of those gopis who are doing what. कस्याचित् पूतनायान्त्याः कृष्णायन्ति पिबत्स्तनम् कृष्णायन्त्यपिबत्स्तनम् तोकयित्वा रुदत्यन्या पदाहन् शकटायति. Translation: One gopi imitated Putana, while another acted like infant Krishna and pretended to suck her breast. Another gopi, crying in imitation of infant Krishna, kicked a gopi who was taking the role of the cart demon Shakatashura. So in this Leela, Putana and Shakatashura, those both are Yogamaya. Gopi which manifested out of Yogamaya, that is playing that role. And she became Putana, and on her lap, so one gopi who is becoming Krishna is lying and sucking her breast. Then that gopi is falling down. And in that Shakatashur Leela, you all know, Krishna was crying because he was, after getting up from his sleep, he was feeling so much hungry. But his mother is so busy in receiving the guests. And that's why he is so disturbed actually. He woke up and crying, mother is not coming, because so much shore, so much loud voice, because so many relatives are coming to the Nandamara's house and Yashoda Maya was receiving because of that lot of noise. So Krishna's little boy's voice is not so strong, so she was not able to hear and didn't come. And then Krishna crying and thought how to call her. There is only one good solution, is kick this cart, then it will fly into the air and it will make a big noise and she will come and give the milk. That's why crying Krishna kicked with his feet the Shakatashura. Same way here, one gopi became Shakatasur and just lying like there, bending there, and another gopi is just lying on the ground and is little bit acting like crying, and she kicked with her leg to another gopi who became Shakatasur. दैत्यायित्वा जरान्याया एको कृष्णार्बभावनाम् रिङ्गयामास काप्यङ्ग्री कर्षन्ति घोषनिस्वनैः. Translation: One gopi took the role of Trinavarta and carried away another who was acting like infant Krishna, while yet another gopi crawled about, her ankle bells tinkling as she pulled her feet. So now this is Trinavarta. One gopi became Trinavarta. The Yogamaya who became gopi. So that gopi took, Yogamaya gopi took the role of Trinavarta and carried away another. That means one gopi is acting like Krishna, and how she carried such a one big gopi is carrying another big gopi is difficult. Na? So how she carried then? Dve चिक्रीडदहु तत्र काश्चन गोप्यन्तः गोप बालयन्तश्चिक्रीडुः. So sorry. This. So that gopi who became Trinavarta, she is dragging actually. Dragging that gopi who became Krishna. Then after that, so Trinavarta was killed and that's is gone. And what is another Ringan Lila? So Gopi was crawling like Krishna. That means when she was crawling, that her on her feet there is ankle well, and that is making the sound. Krishna Ramaite Dvetu Gopayantyascha Kaschana Vatsayatim Hanti Chanya Tatraika Tu Bhakayati. Translation. Two gopis acted like Rama and Krishna in the midst of several others who took the role of cowherd boys. One gopi enacted Krishna's killing of the demon Vatsasura, represented by another gopi, and a pair of gopis acted out the killing of Bakasura. So now many gopis, two became Krishna and Rama, and others became Gopas, and all they grazing the cows. Some became cows. And now they're killing their Vatsasura, demon Vatsasura. And Vatsasura is represented by one gopi. And a pair of gopis acted out a killing of Bakasura. So Bakasura is a crane. And that is also, that lila also is imitated by them. Next. Ahuya Duraga Yadva Krishnastamanu Vartatim Venum Kwanantim Kridantim Anya Shamsanti Sadviti. Translation. When one gopi perfectly imitated how Krishna would call the cows who had wandered far away, he would play his flute, and how he would engage in various sports. The others congratulated her with exclamations of "Well done, well done." So now, what is happening? So Krishna came for the grazing the cows, and cows somewhere inside the forest. Krishna was playing, and cows or calves may be going inside to the forest, and they are not visible. Then Krishna, what he used to do? He used to call cows. Even in the villages also we used to call. If sometimes it's very far, so we'll be calling them. We have different sounds to call the to call the dog. There is a different sound. To call the buffaloes, there is a different sound. To call the cat, there is a different sound. We have various sounds, we know, in the villages. Similarly, Krishna used to use some particular sound to call the cows, and also he used to play the flute. When that gopi imitated exactly like Krishna, then all the gopis became very happy, and Wah, wah, well, ware wah. Like that, they are appreciating. Well done. Next, कस्यांचित् स्वभुजं कस्यांचित् स्वभुजं न्यस्य चलन्त्याः पराननु कृष्णोऽहं पश्यत गतिं लालितामिति तन्मनाः. Translation: Another gopi, her mind fixed on Krishna, walked about with her arm resting on another shoulder of a friend and declared, I am Krishna, just see how gracefully I move. Putting hand on another gopi, and she is walking like Krishna and declaring that I am Krishna. Like this, all the gopis are performing the various leelas of the Krishna. And that means these gopis are seeing that other gopis acting like Krishna, and by seeing that, even they became more and more mad. That means their meditation even still increased on Krishna, and by that they became even more mad. Their madness increased. And they are not able to identify themselves. Who are those? They forgot that I am Gopi. Then they are speaking like this. This is Subala, and I am Krishna. They are speaking like this. So see how I am walking. And also that Gopi is saying, I am Krishna, see my walk. Hey Gopiya, how I am beautifully walking. Ma bhaishtavata varshabhyam तत्राणं विहितं मया इत्युक्त्वेकेन हस्तेन यान्त्युन् यतन्त्युन्निदधेम्बरम्. Don't be afraid of the wind and rain, said one gopi. I will save you. And with that, she lifted her shawl above her head. So now Gopi is imitating the Govardhan Leela. She removed her chunni, and with one hand she was holding that. In wind is blowing it, then it will be spreaded, na? And holding on the top of another gopi and saying that, don't worry, I am saving you from this Indra's wind and rain. Uttariya vastram punnidhade. Aruhyaika padakramya shirasasyaha paramrupa दृष्टाहे गच्छ जातोहम खलानां ननु दंडकृत. Sukadeva Goswami continued, O king, one gopi climbed on another's shoulder and putting her feet on the other's head, said, Go away from here, O wicked snake. You should know that I have taken birth in this world just to punish the envious. This gopi is climbing on one gopi's shoulder and putting her leg on another gopi's head. And saying that, yeah, oh Kaliya, you go away from this place. Next. Tatraiko vacha he gopa davagnim pashyatolbanam चक्षुंशास्वपदीधध्वं श्वपिदधत् वो विधास्ये क्षेममञ्जसा. Then another gopi spoke up, My dear cowherd boys, look at this raising forest fire. Quickly close your eyes and I will easily protect you. So one gopi is saying that a big forest fire is there. You all close your eyes. Then I will take everything. Within minutes I will clear everything, all the fire. Baddhanyaya sraja kachit tanvi tatra vulukhale madnami bhanda bhetaram hayanga vamusham tviti bhita sudruk pidhayasyam bheje bhiti vidambanam. One gopi tied up her slender companion with a flower garland and said, Now I will bind this boy who has broken the butter pots and stolen the butter. The second gopi then covered her face and beautiful eyes, pretending to be afraid. So for flower garland, they used as a rope. And one gopi acted as Krishna. Here in this, so like this, Leelas they were doing. What happened? They will not steadily in this bhava actually. Their madness now little bit decreased. All of a sudden. Then what happened? They came, their oneness with the Krishna is also, absorption with the Krishna is also, is settled down, is reduced. Then they came to know to their original consciousness. That means, I am Gopi. So in this way, they are able to identify themselves. Then while happening this, suddenly then what another gopi did? So one gopi started trying to become so the gopi is trying to imitate the breaking the pot and stealing the butter. So they are trying to start this imitation. Then at that time, Yogamaya became herself as Yasodamaya. Because nobody wants to become Yasoda. Not the motherly affection, they don't want. They want conjugal love. They don't want to become Yashoda. So then Yashodamaya who became? Yogamaya herself became. Yes. So then she tied up one gopi and with the flower garland. Then after that, so that gopi is closing the eyes and with her hands and showing her fear, imitating the fear of the Krishna. Evam Krishnam pruchamana Vrindavanalatastarun Vyachakshata vanodeshe Padani Paramatmana. Like this, all these are all imitating the different leelas and walking. All of a sudden, they saw the footprints of Krishna. While the gopis were thus imitating Krishna's pastimes and asking Vrindavan's keepers and creepers and trees where Krishna, the super soul, might be, they happened to see his footprints in a corner of the forest. Mil gaya. No, finally they got. Because of Vipralamba, because of the separation, they became mad. Viraha. And their madness increased to the extreme actually. And they forgot themselves also. And because of this oneness with the Krishna, they imitated so many acts. Priyaha priyasya pratirudha murtayah asava hantviti Krishna aham pashyata gatim ityadi tasyaiva madhyatve yatkinchit atmanusandhanavatve sati anukaranam. Because of this heavy madness, they started identifying themselves as Krishna. Krishna aham pashyata. You all see, I am Krishna. Like this in the previously also we have seen in this same chapter. And also see my stylish walk of Krishna. So in this way they were saying in this same chapter we are seeing this kind of these slokas. So that means because of this they started identifying themselves as Krishna and they imitating Krishna. Even it is said Yaduktam Sri Prahlada Charite Kvachit Tad bhavana yuktaha tan mano chakaraha iti. Sometimes Krishna conscious people, that means who are fully in the Krishna consciousness, fully in the deep meditation of the Krishna, then they imitate like Krishna. This happens in the seventh canto also, it is said. In the seventh canto, in the story of the Prahlad, it is said. What is sloka number for this? Kvachit tad 7440. This is the, they will do like we see. Sometimes they laugh. You who are fully with the Krishna consciousness, kvachit hasati, kvachit rudati. Sometimes they laugh, sometimes they smile, sometimes they cry, sometimes they shout. These are the symptoms of the exalted devotee. And they dance. They are like a mad person. Unmattaha. And sometimes they imitate like Krishna also. That's why we are trying to become mad person. Mad of Krishna. That's the goal. So that's why devotees, they look like mad people to others. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he was, sometimes he, by just thought of Supreme Lord, he is get fainted, and his bodily so many changes. Body is getting disshaped. Body limbs and lying on the road. Like this, many symptoms. Unusual, these are all. There is no sense of the society. There is no sense of the so-called rules and regulations. Completely they are free from all these. That is the state actually we want to achieve. They will be seeing the devotion even in the non-living entities. If they see the stone is also even better devotee than me. They see devotion in the trees, birds, leaves, even a small stone. They'll be seeing everywhere in every living entity Krishna consciousness. Non-living and living. Like how this? Because they are beyond this so-called sense, common sense. They are mad out of Krishna's love. Priyaha priyasya pratirudha murtayah asau ahantviti aham tu iti. My ho Krishna. I am Krishna. So in the seventh canto, 7440, you can see atra api atyapyuktam krishnayantyavivat sthanam iti. So just Vishwanath Thakur is just quoting back. So I am Krishna, they are saying, and she started in the Putana Lila. She started the breast of another gopi who is acting the role of Putana. What happened in Tirumala? So much tiredness. Hardness or drowsiness? What? Heat. You are very much interested in heat. Your body is suitable for heat, you are saying. Sleep is not good. But why you are getting so much sleep here? In the classroom you are getting so much sleep. In the room you are not getting sleep. Why? I think we should do whole night also class. Then you can nicely sleep. You do one thing. You take my recordings, keep in your eyes, keep in your ears, and then automatically you'll get sleep. Because Tirumala is struggling here. Actually, online students are not able to connect what is happening in the class and what I am speaking. Tirumala opened his shirt and feeling so hot. See, two things are happening. One is fan is giving so much sound, another is hardness. What is good to select? Hardness is okay, but sound pollution is more dangerous than the heat. Which is powerful? Sound is powerful or heat is powerful? Sound is powerful actually, because everything is coming from sound only. Okay, then what is the time? 2:30. No. Next, so like this, all the gopis, they started asking, being mad, and because of separation, vipralamba, and asking the various trees, creepers, and so on. So, and finally, they found the footprints of the Krishna. They were asking the address of the Krishna even the non-living entities, like different stones and so on. So, but finally they found how those footprints are there. They found footprints, how they are. Padani vyaktametani Nandasunor Mahatmanah Lakshyantehi Dvajambhoja Vajrankushayavadibihi Yavadibihi Vajrankushayavadibihi. Translation: the marks of a flag, lotus, thunderbolt, elephant, gourd, barley, barleycorn, and so forth. On these footprints clearly distinguish them as belonging to that great soul, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Because not only just footprints they saw all the marks. Definitely those belonging to Krishna. Tadevam Trividam Unmadam Nirvanya. So then, when they come out from this kind of madness, because they went to madness and they imitated Krishna so much, then we came down from there, that state. Then they were able to see footprints there. So when it came to that means while searching at some place, then they started seeing their footprints. And they got so much happiness by seeing this. And they are seeing on that footprints so many other symbols. So they are seeing, and those symbols, they are very much having the importance. Each symbol is having the different importance. That means if you meditate on those symbol, some different benefit you are going to get. And what symbol you should meditate and for what benefit you will get, for that what benefit you will get, this is explained in the Skanda Purana. And those Skanda Purana statements or slokas are given here in the Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's commentary. First we can see the purport so that we can cover from there itself. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary on this verse gives the following scriptural information about the symbolic marking on the lotus feet of Krishna. In the following verse, the Skanda Purana states the particular places on his feet where Krishna carries the mark of the flag and also other marks, and the reason for these marks. Dakshinasya padangushta mule chakram vibhartyaja tatra bhakta janasyari shadvargachedana saha. At the base of the Lord's toe on his right foot, the unborn Lord carries the mark of a disc which cuts down the 6 enemies of his devotees. That means Arishad Varga. If you meditate on that, if you meditate on the right leg of the Krishna and the big toe, under that big toe, so if you will be seeing the mark of disc. On that disc, if you meditate, then you will be free from Arishad Varga. Madhyamanguli mule cha dhatte kamalamachyutah yatru chittadvirefanam lobhanayati shobhanam. At the bottom of the middle toe of that same foot, Lord Achyuta has a lotus flower, middle toe, on the same right leg, right foot, which increases the greed for him in the minds of the bee-like devotees who meditate on his feet. Okay? If you tatra laulyam, that means if you want to increase your greed for Krishna's prema, for Krishna's love, then you have to do this. Lotus flower on the right leg, under the right middle finger, middle toe. Next, Kanishtamulato Vajram Bhakta Papadribhedanam Parshnimadyenu Kusham Bhakta Cheti Bhavashakarinam. At the base of his small toe is a thunderbolt which smashes the mountains of his devotees' reactions to past sins. It's a thunderbolt. And in the middle of his heel is the mark of an elephant goad, which brings the elephant of his devotees' minds under the control. If you meditate on that symbol, so elephant-like minds will be controlled. Next. Bhoga sampannamayam dhatte yavamangushta parvaniti parvani. The joint of his right large toe, the joint of his right large toe bears the mark of a barleycorn, representing all kinds of enjoyable opulences. Skanda Purana also states, Vajram vai dakshane parshve ankusho vai tadagrataha. A thunderbolt is found on the right side of his right foot and an elephant goad below that. The Acharyas of the Vaishnava Sampradaya explain that since the particular feet under the discussion of the Lord Krishna's, we should know that the thunderbolt is at the base of his small toe and an elephant goad below the thunderbolt. An elephant goad on the heel belong rather to Lord Narayana and other Vishnu Tattva expansions. There is a difference between the Krishna and Narayana. What is the difference? The symbols difference is there. In the case of Krishna, where is this thunderbolt? Is at the base of his small toe and the elephant goad below that thunderbolt. An elephant goad on the heel belong rather to Lord Narayana and other Vishnu Tattva expansions. How Vishnu is having? So, but in the case of Narayana, this elephant goad means Ankush, to control the elephants. That one. That is there on the heel actually. In the case of Narayana. Heel. High heels. Which will increase your height. High heel danda will be there on stick. Big stick they will put. There's a heel back portion. There it is there. Elephant goad. Thus the Skanda Purana describes 6 marks on Krishna's right foot. The disc, flag, lotus, thunderbolt, elephant goad and barleycorn. And the Vaishnava Toshani mentions 7 more marks. A vertical line beginning at the middle of his foot and continuing as far as the juncture between his big toe and second toe. An umbrella below the disc. At the base of the middle of his foot, a group of 4 swastiks, 4 swastiks in the 4 cardinal directions. At the 4 points where each swastik meets the next 4 rose apples. And in the middle of the swastik, an octagon. This makes 11 marks on Krishna's right foot. Okay. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur describes the marks on Krishna's left foot as follows. Now come to the left. That means 6 he said. and after that another 7. 7 from the Vaishnava. Total 13. 13 were said for right foot. And now we are going to see the left foot. In the left foot, at the base of the large toe is a conch shell with its mouth facing the toe. At the base of the middle toe are two concentric circles representing the inner and outer sky. Below this mark is Cupid's unstrung bow. At the base of the bow is a triangle, and surrounding the triangle is a group of 4 water pots. At the base of the triangle is a half moon with 2 more triangle touching its points, and below the half moon is a fish. Altogether, then there are 19 distinguishing marks on the soles of Krishna's lotus feet. Okay. Taistay padaistatpadavim anvichantyugrato balaha vadva padaihi supruktani vilokyarta samabruvan. Okay, translation. The gopis began following Krishna's path as shown by his many footprints. But when they saw that these prints were thoroughly intermixed with those of his dearmost consort, they became perturbed and spoke as follows. Now, what happened? So, these footprints are mixed with the another female footprints. That means already they know when they were when they are meeting in the Yamuna, so Krishna disappeared along with Radharani. Their leader is missing there. They know that. Kasya padani chaitani yata yananda sununa amsanyasta prakoshtaya kareno karina yatha. So here we see the footprints of some gopi who must have been walking along with the son of Nanda Maharaj. He must have put his arm on her shoulder, just as an elephant rests his trunk on the shoulder of an accompanying she elephant. Kande para. Yasyaha skande nandaskununa vama prakoshto nyastaha. Krishna is keeping her left hand on her shoulder and going like this. Because that footprints are giving that kind of, yeah, because they are not walking separately. They are very close. So they are understanding like this. Very important sloka, that's why I prepared only 25. Finished. Today I prepared 15, but they don't have any commentary actually. This important verse. Anyway, it is clearly given here. Even Vaishnava Toshni is not much is there. But Sarardarshini So Vishwanath gave real thing. Vaishnava Toshni is very little. All of sudden, generally Vaishnava Toshni should be big. But suddenly for this, I don't know. Even he is not mentioning the Radharani and so on. So. But Vishwanath is only daring. He is daring to do something now. Anaya radito nonam Bhagavan Haririshwaraha Yanno Vihaya Govindaha Prito Yamanayatraha. Certainly, this particular gopi has perfectly worshipped the powerful personality of Godhead Govinda, since he was so pleased with her that he abandoned the rest of us and brought her to secluded place. We have seen in that 29th chapter last, there is one more. That means some people got the madam. That means they got pride. Some gopis got the madam and one gopi got manam. Tasam, their tasam is indicating the gopis and also Radharani. So tasam means taha, tascha, sacha, taha. So there, that means tasam. Sashti Bhavachan, tasam, it will become. Taha means gopis, sa means Radharani. And now here, Anaya Radhito. Anaya Aradhitaha. By her, Aradhitaha Bhagavan. If you take Anvaya, Anaya, that means by her, Aradhitaha, that means being worshipped, Bhagavan Harihi. Pritaha, he became so happy. And Naha Vihaya, he left us. Anayad Rahaha, but he brought her. He brought her. Rahaha means secluded place. Because she is having such a dedication to her, such a love, and other gopis are not equivalent to this. Padachihnaihi eva tam Rushabhanu Nandinim Parichitya Antarashvastaha Bahuvida Gopi Jana Sanghatte Tatra Bahir Aparichayam Iva Abhinayantaha Tasyaha Suhrudaha Tannama Niruktadidvara Tasyam Saubhagyam Saharsham Ahu. What happened? These gopis, they are able to identify the marks on footprints of that another gopi who is walking with Krishna. Radharani's friends are able to understand this lotus footprint should be definitely it is belonging to the Srimati Radharani. Because 100 crores of the gopis are there. 100 crores. In that, the well-wishers of the Srimati Radharani are able to identify that gopi is nothing but Radharani. But since there are so many gopis are there, and that's why they are not interested in taking her name openly. Inside, they are able to confirm themselves, this is Radharani. Because many kinds of the gopis are there, then there will be fighting actually. If they take the name, then there will be fighting. That's why they thought that better should not take her name. because there are different groups are there. Various groups are there, and another group will say that no, this is our leader's footprints. This kind of unnecessary fighting will happen. Why? And but outwardly they are showing that they don't know who is this Gopi, but inside they came to know this is definitely Srimati Radharani. So Radharani's friends identifying this, they are saying internally that they are saying with others about this Gopi. How they are saying about this Gopi? By the Nirukti, by the derivative of her name. They are using the derivative of the Radha name, the derivative of the Radharani, name of the Radharani. Through that they are telling about this Gopi. This Gopi is what they are saying. What a fortunate Gopi. Anaya Raditaha. Anaya Araditaha. Radha means what? Radha means Radhayati iti Radha. Radhayati, Radha, Radhatu, Radhatu. Radha means what? Radhatu. What is the meaning of Radhatu? Worship. Worship is the Radhatu's meaning. Radhayati iti Radha. The one who worship is known as Radha. Radhatu. So that's why they are not saying the directly name, but her derivative they are using. Jiske dwara, by whom Krishna is worshipped. Anaya Araditaha. That is nothing but the derivative of the Nirukti. That means derivative, derivation of the name Radharani, Radha. They are using that and discussing. Anaya Raditaha. Nonam Bhagavan Harihi Ishwaraha. That's why how gopis are thinking. So Krishna is worshipped by this gopi very nicely. That's why he left us and he brought only her. They didn't say Radha Rani, he brought. They said the gopi which worships him. Anaya Arad. Anaya, Nonam in this sloka, Nonam means Nischaya, that means perfectly. Certainly. So perfectly. Krishna is worshipped by her. By her. Who is her? Who is that? So who was brought by him? Who was brought in by him? So here in the purport you see the same thing is translated actually into English. The sage Sukadeva Goswami has tried with all endeavor to keep her name hidden, but now it automatically shines forth from the mouth of moon of his mouth. That he has spoken her name is indeed her mercy, and thus the word Araditaha is like the rumbling of kettle drum sounded to announce her great good fortune. Sukadeva Goswami already that means he promised that with all the gopis, he will not take their names. Previously we have seen. Because gopis doesn't want to describe, Sukadeva Goswami describe her madness, their madness in the public meeting. How they behaved, how they behaved, who behaved in which way, imitated in which way. So that's like Sukadeva Goswami doesn't want to take any gopis name. But he doesn't want to take the name of the Radharani also here. But by the mercy of Radharani, somehow or other it came from the mouth of Sukadeva Goswami. That is due to just due to the mercy of the Radharani. Araditaha, Anayaraditaha. And it is like a announcing her name here is like a playing a kettle drum. That means she is the highest gopi. She is the best among the gopis. Krishna didn't leave her, and for her he came here. He left all of us, but what will happen then? Chandravali team will immediately will get anger, objection. How it can be Radharani? We don't accept this. So that's why the team members of Radharani doesn't want to take the name. Unnecessary fight will happen now here. Then who is that fortunate gopi? Then if they say name directly, but 100 crores, where she is, who knows? 100 crores are there. You are simply, if 10 are there, then Chandravali is there, but Radharani missing, you can say, yes, this is Radharani is missing. But 100 crores gopis are there, and that how can you say there is no Radharani? Maybe she is walking somewhere or inside this group or that group. You cannot identify now actually. It's not so easy to say who is missing. It's not easy task. Maybe 5 members, 6 members are there, then you can do. So, but that whoever is seeing and they are identifying immediately is Radharani. And if they say, then immediately surrounding to them who are there and belong to Chandravali group, then they will fight. They will not accept, na? That means your leader is only brought here by the Krishna. And that's it. They are identifying, but they are keeping inside. They didn't speak. They are using only the nirukti, derivation of her name, but not directly name. This thing Sukadeva Goswami doesn't want to say, but he was not able to hide it. Because now this is declaring the supremacy of Srimati Radharani. She is the topmost gopi. If you want to understand about the gopis and their things, their groups, their discussions, this, that, internal, their whatever disputes or what, that you should study Ujjwala Neelamani. And we don't know much. I also don't know. I didn't study even one time. I did see also a book. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Because he was wounded actually. It needs some water and grains. Harihi, in this sloka, Hari is given here. Hari means Bhakta Jana Dukkha Harta. Hari means who destroys the sorrow of his devotees. Bhagavan is Narayana. Ishvaraha Bhakta Vishtadhana Samardha. That means who is having potency of giving whatever devotees desire. That is known as Ishvaraha. Harihi Bhagavan Ishwaraha Araditaha. And but he brought, leaving us. Naha Vihaya. Naha means Asman. It means Vihaya, leaving us. Automatically that name was released. So there is one more of explanation is there. He Anayaha Ati Mahiyasyaha Taya Saha Vrutha Eva Samyahankara Aneti Matyaha Nonam Harir Ayam Aradita. There is one more meaning actually. Anaya. Anayaha. Anaya. Anayaha. Next, Ati Mahiyasya Tayasa Vrutaya. So there is Lopa is there. Sekandvadishu. This you should know Pararupam. Anayar plus Anaya then Araditaha. So there is a Lopa Sekandvadishu Pararupam Vachyam. That is a sutra actually. Anyway, that meaning I will explain. Second meaning is taken here. What is that? Hey gopis, they are speaking themselves. We unnecessarily compete with Srimati Radharani. That is our mistake actually. We couldn't have do this. What happened actually when Krishna embraced all of them in Yamuna river in the 29th chapter we are seeing ending. At that time all these gopis were thinking that I am the most fortunate gopi in this whole universe. And they were showing their pride on their face. And they forgot their position and they started competing with the Radharani. And now they are realizing we unnecessarily compete with Srimati Radharani. Actually, she is only highest. And we should not think that I am the most fortunate. This mistake we did. And by him, Krishna is really worshipped. Perfectly is worshipped. And her position is not taken by anyone. So like this, they are realizing here. Okay, this is one grammatical exercise. If you do, then you will get this. Anayaraditaha. You should do some grammatical exercise, then it will give this meaning. Now, only this much is explanation, and now they are identifying this is Srimati Radharani's footprint because Srimati Radharani's footprint is having the following signs. Different signs are there on her footprint, on each foot. So those are explained in the Ujjvala Nilamani. Ujjvala Nilamani. Ujjvala Nilamani. Tattika Drishtya. Ujjvala Nilamani Tattika Drishtya Likhyante. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is writing Ujjwala Nilamani and its Tika. According to the Tika of the Ujjwala Nilamani, so he is writing. Who wrote the Tika on Ujjwala Nilamani? I don't know. Huh? Tika also. Who wrote? I don't know. Which Tika he saw, I don't know. But he is writing the signs of different signs on the footprint of Srimati Radharani based upon the Tika of the Ujjwala Nilamani. Tika, I think maybe Jew Goswami. Maybe. Or otherwise Rupa Goswami himself wrote. What? I don't know. So then what are those signs? Okay, that Tattale Chakram, Chatram, Valayam. These are the different. So it's given in the our purport. You see, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur quotes the following detailed description of the Srimati Radharani's footprints, as given by the Srila Rupa Goswami in his Ujjwala Nilamani. Ujjwala Nilamani, why he wrote? Not Ujjwala Nilamani. Ujjwala Nilamani tat tika drishtya. Tika of the Ujjwala Nilamani. So how it is? At the base of the large toe of her left foot is the mark of a barley corn. Below that mark is a disc. Below the disc is an umbrella. And below umbrella is a bracelet. A vertical line extended from the middle of her foot to the junction of her large and second toes. At the base of the middle toe is a lotus. Below that is a flag with a banner, and below the flag is a creeper together with a flower. At the base of her small toe is an elephant goat, and upon her heel is a half moon. Thus, there are 11 marks on her left foot. At the base of the large toe of her right foot is a conch shell, and below that a spear. At the base of small toe of her right foot is a sacrificial altar. Below that an earring, and below the earring a spear. Along the base of the second, third, fourth, and small toes is the mark of a mountain, below which is a chariot, and on the heel is a fish. Thus, altogether, there are 19 distinguished marks on the sole of Srimati Radharani's lotus feet. In Krishna's, how many? 19. 19 plus 19. These are the different marks. Okay. We'll see the remaining. We'll finish the chapter tomorrow. It's not big. Much comment is not there. So, and we'll start the next chapter if possible. Gopi Geet. You want? He's asking, he wants to teach. Okay, thank you very much.